Good afternoon, CTI shareholders. I am Hank Casillas, and today, as you know, would have been our annual shareholder meeting. Today is April 8th, 2020. I hope this message finds all of you well. These are extraordinary times. We're going through an event that it's hard to explain. In my 52 years of life, I've had the opportunity, as a lot of you, to experience a lot while living in this great country. And this has been one very interesting event that's unfolding in almost slow motion. And, I'm fortunate in that, my family's healthy and safe. And, everybody is following the safer at home protocols. And hopefully the same goes for all of you. So we wanted to take the time today to provide a brief update in lieu of a shareholder meeting. As we stated in our last update, we will have a shareholder meeting scheduled once we have a better idea of when the safer at home order for California will come to an end. We will schedule that within 60 days of that date. We want to make sure that we pick a date that works for us and for all of you so that you can attend. As you know, our shareholder meeting's a critical opportunity, an important opportunity each year for us to get together with all of you, not only to provide a deeper update and have a better dialogue, a deeper dialogue around the organization, but also it's a chance to elect the board of directors, which is an important moment. So we want to make sure that we give that the right amount of time to plan and ensure that all of you get the opportunity to attend. So Rick and I are going to be providing the update today. We are in different locations, but nonetheless, the update should be pretty quick and fluid. A lot of the things that I'm going to talk about I've shared before, and I'm going to continue to keep you updated. So I'll provide a high-level update of what's going on at CTI, as well as an industry update seen through our eyes and how we're thinking about it. And then Rick will be providing an operational update. As all of you know, we're very excited every time that I'm at the new location. It's even more exciting around what the possibilities could be for CTI. So with that, let me launch right into, what's going on at CTI from a high level. So, we had a very challenging transition from the old location to the new location. I'm very proud of the team and the work that they did to make that move, and we are fully operational in our new location. Rick will talk about it more, but with that being said, we're still operating on our conditional occupancy. There's a few things that we have to do, and a lot of that has been challenged with the limiting operational factors of COVID-19. With that being said, the cannabis industry in California has come a long way. When you think about us just becoming fully legal, recreational, obviously we're medicinally legal before, but recreationally legally in 2017. And to think about now, cannabis being recognized as an essential service. And that was a critical recognition for the industry. And one that has been, not only welcoming for us as an industry, but I think another step towards breaking through some of those paradigms about cannabis and how, many of the residents of California still feel about it. And it's mixed, it's widely embraced by many people, and by others, it's still seen as a taboo and rather negative. And I'll talk a little bit about that and how it ties all together. With that being said, there's been a big spike in sales for about 2 weeks for cannabis as people were stockpiling. We've not seen that completely link to our business yet. One of the things that is exciting, I would say that where we are today as it relates to our business is where we expected to be coming out of the transition and the move. So we haven't seen any material effect on our business, positively or negatively. Anecdotally, we have heard from a lot of our key customers that they expect sales to come in as their products have sold out at dispensaries. They're placing reorders, and as well as we are still attracting new customers. So even during this COVID-19, I would say about 3 times a week, we have new customers visit our lab, talk about our capabilities, talk about our services, our products, and we've been acquiring new customers and new business. So all in all, I would say that COVID-19 has been a non-issue to our overall business. Obviously, our colleagues and how we ensure that our colleagues are safe, not only when they're at work, but while they're coming to work, has been a key focus for us. We're following all of the state's regulations and recommendations. Riverside County, where we are located, has probably got one of the more stringent, personal protection orders in place, and face masks are being worn while we work, which is good. I think that it makes everybody. It's a little uncomfortable at first for us and our employees, but it comes from the right place, and I think everybody feels good about it, has been abiding by it. So when I think about what COVID-19 means to us, we know that the dispensaries are open and selling product. We know that our customers are allowed to go to the dispensaries and are using more delivery services, so their ability to get product is still in place. The majority of our customers have stayed operational, and we are operational. And we're doing everything that we can to make sure that our colleagues stay safe so that we can continue to focus on providing high-quality products for our customers. So COVID-19 is definitely top of mind, but is not impacting our business materially in either direction. So that's good news. Now, with that being said, around how I'm feeling about the industry, there are, I think, some things that are really exciting and things that are unknown around this event and what it will mean to the cannabis industry in California for the remainder of 2020. Here's the reality. The Fed has stated that it's potentially forecasting that when this is all said and done, we could see a high point of 30% unemployment in this country. Now, we all know that that effect on overall business could be material, and we're not sure yet how that will impact the cannabis industry. In my background of food, drug, and retail, whenever there was a recession, makeup, health and beauty aids, and alcohol were what we would call recession resistant. It wasn't that they didn't have an impact, but there were puts and takes. We would see a big spike in makeup sales because instead of people buying makeup at department stores, they would go the less expensive alternative. And that's really the key. I do anticipate that cannabis will still be a commodity, a consumable commodity that people will want. And I think there's an opportunity for it to grow. Now, there are some things that are different about cannabis in California in 2020 than what I experienced in my previous industry. The key one is there's a robust illegal industry in California. It's 3x the size of the legal. And when I think about where our industry needs to go in order for us to really hit our stride, there's really 3 things that I always talk about. I talk about access, cost, and quality. And the quality piece is something that we have to really hit on as an industry and get the public to understand that by buying from a legal dispensary, they're getting the safest products that have been tested, that have been controlled from the farm to when it gets into their hands. And that I believe the regulations in our industry are good. I came from the pharmaceutical industry where regulations were unbelievable. But I think that it's important that when you think about people consuming the product, people using the product for sleep aids, to feel better, it's essential that our customers are confident that what they're ingesting or what they're consuming is the highest quality and that it's safe. And it's interesting because as the state of California started to aggressively pursue some of the illegal dispensaries, they tested the products, and over 80% of the products that they took out of these illegal dispensaries were unsafe. So that is something that we're really going to have to highlight throughout the state in order to get some of these municipalities to change their mindset around dispensaries, legal dispensaries, because our biggest opportunity is access. Only 560 to 600 dispensaries, and they're all crammed within 20% of the state. So only 20% of the municipality has been welcoming and open to dispensaries coming into their cities. The other 80% are not. And that's a huge opportunity for us. So when I say that I think that cannabis could be recession resistant, like other commodities that I've experienced, the one caveat that I have to that is that the average consumer doesn't understand what a legal versus illegal dispensary or delivery service is. So we will still be limited by those factors. Again, I'll go back to COVID-19. Has it materially changed the industry? It's materially changed all of us. But I don't think it's materially changed the industry, and I don't think the industry can explode from this opportunity until we focus on the access. And that's something we at CTI are going to get more involved in, and how we work with industry groups and educating our city leaders. Because one of the things that is near and dear to me is that I really appreciate city leaders wanting to do what's best for their constituents. And I believe that one of the things that they can do is best for their constituents is to, in a very responsible way, start opening up more legal dispensaries, because their constituents are buying these products because they believe it's legal, because it is legal in California, but they believe that they're buying from legal delivery services and legal dispensaries, and they're not getting safe products. So that's a huge opportunity for us. The other piece is just cost. The reality is the tax structure and the industry, the newness within the industry has what I would call inefficiencies in how we go to market. So obviously taxation is one opportunity, which adds cost to our products, but also the supply chain. And when I think about the traditional supply chain that I've been involved with, I think that there's huge opportunities for how we work with our customers and take additional cost out of the supply chain so that we can deliver high quality products at the right cost. And cost is everything right now. It's a very, very competitive industry. There are probably too many manufacturers, and there are too many brands and not enough dispensaries. When you have as many brands and manufacturers as you do dispensaries, you're going to start a feeding frenzy of competition. Now, here's what we have going for us and what we're doing at CTI. Getting into our new facility, which Rick will talk about, is going to provide us with so many advantages. Yet the fact that our team is seasoned and has been operating in this industry for multiple years gives us an opportunity to create products that we think set us apart, and we're being recognized with industry awards and being told by our customers. The majority of our new customers come to us through referrals, and that's what you want. Anybody can put together a fancy deck, a great story, a beautiful website, and come with the lowest pricing. How you execute against that plan is critical, and I believe that that's where we have some upside, especially as we move into our new location. So as I think about the balance of 2020, the other thing that when you think about mitigating those challenges, so say there is a financial downturn, how do you survive that? We are a low-cost operator. As the leaders of this business, Rick, Mike, and myself are involved in the intimate work details of everyday life. We're not executives by what I'll call the traditional sense. We are player coaches, and we need to be. We're small business operators, and small business operators roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty. And we can operate at a lower cost structure, I believe, than most of our peers. And the other piece is we're resilient and dedicated. A lot of our peer manufacturers are walking away from millions of dollars of investment. And I could tell you, one of the things that I'm most impressed about with our CEO, Rick, is his dedication to this company and to this business. And every day, he puts in, 12 to 14-hour days. And, Mike and I are doing everything we can. We're not as close. We're a little further away. I'm in LA, Mike's in San Diego, but Rick's right there, lives right near the plant, and is there every day and is really keeping that place going. And Mike and I support Rick in the right ways, and as a team, I think that we're going to be able to get through this very difficult year. And I firmly believe, and you heard me say this many times, those that are left operating with a healthy balance sheet, with a good operation, with happy colleagues, with happy customers, are going to take advantage of what I think will be a boom in this industry. And I do think that we will get it right as a state. We will figure out how to lower the streamline the tax structure. We will figure out how to improve the supply chain and put the needed efficiencies in there to get our products to the shelf at the lowest cost. And I just think that it takes one or two cities to say, you know what? We should be providing our residents with safe products. Let's give these dispensary a shot. And someone will go do it right, and we'll impress them, and the next city will want it, and the next city, and it will really turbo. The money's there. The investment money is there. The knowledge is there. The infrastructure is growing, and I firmly believe that as cities open up the opportunity for more dispensaries, that is not only something that is going to be healthy and great for the industry, it's going to be for CTI as well. It's no secret the reason that I joined this organization is I believe that we will be in dispensaries at some point in time. And that's where my sweet spot of my knowledge is. As I learn more and more about manufacturing, about the products, it's just going to make me a better operator when we get the chance to start operating dispensaries. So I'm excited about that opportunity. I'm excited about what's going on at CTI. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what this year is going to bring. When you think about whether it's a recession, a regular recession, or a recession like we faced in 2008, 2009, those are things that are just unknown to us as it relates to how we operate our business. But what I do know is we are going to operate at the lowest cost structure possible. So regardless of what happens, we can maintain our business and be there for our customers, be there for our colleagues, and be there for our shareholders. So thank you for the time today. And as always, you can reach out to me whenever you have any questions. I love to talk to the shareholders. For those of you that have reached out and had personal phone calls, that within a day, we've had those calls, and I love my time. And not only to share what's going on at CTI, I also want to hear from you. You guys are shareholders because you've all been successful in your own right, and you bring experiences and you bring knowledge that can help us. So please feel free, whenever you have a question, to give me a call. I'll call you back and we'll have a great conversation. And I want each of you to know that we value you and appreciate your support and look forward to continuing to grow this company. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Rick for an operational update, and more importantly, really get a little bit deeper into how we're operating at Palm Desert, because it is exciting. Thank you all. Stay safe out there, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, so when you come to the front door, we have a little entryway here where you can check in with security, 24-hour. You see all the cameras there that he monitors. Security's 24 hours, 365, and he's armed. This is our entryway. These doors are normally closed, but not for the video. This is the hallway to the office area. We have 2 bathrooms and 2 offices here. And this door enters into the lab, where we have a break room for the employees. And the main part of the lab is our packaging area. This is where all the product gets jarred and boxed and packaged and labeled and ready to go. So over here is our distribution room. Distribution is where the finished products go to get tested and quarantined until the test comes in clean. Once the test comes in clean, it goes to this racking where you can see it's secure racking on the bottom here, and then customer packaging on the top. We keep all our inventory in this room, most of it. In the cooler down here, we have some distillate that we've made that's some of it's customer owned and some of it's our own. This is what a typical cabinet looks like for our inventory. All that's filled with cannabis concentrates, diamonds and vape oil and terpenes and sauce and batter and butter. So all these cabinets are full of inventory. Almost all of them are completely full, so we have a lot of inventory right now. It belongs to both our customers and some owned by CTI. This is a warehouse area in the back. This is where we store a lot of stuff, and also we prepare the tubes, material tubes, to get filled. This is the off-gassing room, which is ventilated, and this is where the tubes get emptied of the spent biomass after we extract all the cannabis THC from it. Over here we have our freezer. It's a very large freezer. It holds about 8,000 to 10,000 pounds. You can see in here we have 5 racks full of cannabis. Frozen, it's ready to be put into tubes and extracted. This is Steven, one of our freezer techs.
Hi there.
And this is the area of the freezer that we use to pack all the tubes. We regularly clean the floors up here. It gets messy packing the tubes, but we keep all this product and run it through because there's a lot of THC in this product. Go ahead and open that. That's typically how we receive product. It's in bags and it's all frozen. So this is our back door to the freezer. Leads to back to our production room. Our inventory. Down this hallway is the equipment room for our extraction room. So all the extraction equipment gets put back here. And this is also our electrical room, main electrical room. So we have chillers and heaters back here. Some storage. And I'll take you down here. And this is the lab area of the lab. So in this room, we do all of our cannabis distillation on this commercial distillation unit. We have a rotobap in here for ethanol recovery. And we have work area for all of our finishing. This is where we make the diamonds and the sauce and the butter and the vape oil and the sugars. This is a cart filling machine that can fill about 3,000 carts a day. In the back wall we have our ovens that we use to cure some of the finished product. And this is a controlled area with the exhaust fan for again, more ethanol recovery. We have 2 extraction rooms. Only one's operational at this time. The other one's saved for later. In this extraction room, we have 2 of our PXP extractors. So I can go through this system with you real quick. This is the butane tank that holds about 30 pounds of butane. We chill that butane down to about minus 60 degrees Celsius. When it's ready to go, we put that Celsius through this material tube, which is packed with the cannabis biomass. It gets pulled through, pushed through the tube, back into our recovery tube. And then in this recovery tube, we have this tube is jacketed and it has warm water going through the jacket, so it heats the butane. So the butane becomes a gas. The butane then goes up into our heat exchangers up on the ceiling there. And that heat exchanger takes that gas back down to liquid butane at minus 40 degrees, which comes back into the butane tank. So we recover about 95% of the butane on every run. So this is our extraction room. As you can see, we have more room for at least 1, maybe 2 more extractors in here. And we have an extra room. So our capacity at this facility is at least 3, maybe 4 times what it was at the other facility. So that's the CTI facility. Once this shelter in place warning goes down, I hope some of our shareholders will come out for a tour.